Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning. So today I wanted to make a quick video. It's going to be a 2-in-1 video, so I don't want to make two separate videos. I want to just kind of consolidate everything and get everything hopefully into one to help you guys out. So anytime you are doing an in-frame or an overhaul, you do need to do the two most important things. Prime your oil system and prime the fuel system prior to starting or cranking the truck. So the first thing you're going to do is, of course, new oil filter. What I like to do is get about a gallon or so, and then you're gonna just drop your filter in there and just kind of let it absorb everything. You're gonna see that it's gonna suck everything in like a sponge. You know, turn it around, just leave it there, let it sit down. Nothing will happen to it. Again, the idea is we're gonna get as much oil as we can through as much of the engine as we can so we don't have any issues. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so right now we are working on this truck. We just did, or doing the overhaul, we're finishing everything up. As you can see right there, Tony's doing the fuel lines. We're gonna get, again, as much oil as we can through the system prior to cranking it. So we're gonna put a little bit of oil over the top, maybe about a gallon or so. It doesn't matter, you're not wasting the oil. Overall, you're gonna need about 13 to 14 gallons. 14 is probably on the high side, so I'm gonna say about 13 gallons. Again, you're gonna just let oil go through here. That way you have everything lubricated, again, as much as possible. Let me go around the other side. You're gonna need a few things to do this, okay? It's actually very simple. One of the tools allows you to get into the priming port, and I'll show you that in a second. And then you're gonna need a pump. So you're gonna manually pump the oil through.
¿Cómo están todos? Buenos días. Aquí vamos a hacer un video de cómo lubricar el sistema del DD15, DD3, el proceso es igual al DD16. Y la razón que quiero hacer este video porque hay dos cosas, es más, voy a hacer dos cosas en este video. Lo primero va a ser cómo lubricar el sistema con el aceite, y lo segundo va a ser cómo lubricar o cómo preparar el sistema de combustible. Esto es muy importante cuando está haciendo un servicio a los metales, al módulo, lo que chupa el aceite, el suction module, o cuando está haciendo un overhaul o un in-frame. Lo más importante y lo más crítico son las dos cosas: lubricar y preparar el combustible. Vas a ocupar varias cosas. Lo primero va a ser, claro, tu filtro de aceite, y lo que yo quiero hacer, o lo que me gusta hacer aquí, es meterlo en aceite, más o menos un galón, y déjalo sentar ahí. Esto va a ser como una esponja, va a chupar todo el aceite y lo va a tratar de tener todo el aceite listo en los lugares más importantes del motor. La otra, vas a ocupar tu aceite. Más o menos vas a ocupar 13 galones de aceite. 10, que es lo normal. Uno, en total son 11, y los 2 galones para lubricar el sistema, y les voy a enseñar cómo hacer eso. Vas a ocupar un adaptador para poder entrarle. Aquí es lo que va a entrar al motor. Esto es lo que vas a conectar, y lo puedes hacer de varias maneras. Lo puedes usar una bomba eléctrica o una bomba manualmente. Lo que nosotros usamos es este adaptador. Le voy a poner el número de parte ahí, es J de Juan 49181. La marca esta es de Kentmore. Lo que nosotros hacemos también es usamos este para adaptarlo. Ahí se pone ahí se conecta bien fácil. Y después de ahí nomás usas la bomba manualmente para meterle la presión. Vas a ocupar este dado para poder sacarlo. Déjame enseñarle allá cómo lo hacemos o qué es lo que se va a ocupar. Como digo, no hay prisa, pero déjalo que se vaya absorbando todo el aceite. Y después vas a ir acá a este lado.
Okay guys, so one of the most important things, as I mentioned, is lubricating the system. And again, we're talking about the fuel. We're talking about the oil. We're not talking about the fuel just yet. So what you're gonna wanna do is get your 17mm socket. You're gonna tap right into this, and you're gonna completely take it out, okay? That adapter that I was showing you, that J49181, I believe, you're gonna use that, and you're gonna plug right into here, okay? Then you're manually going to pump about 2 gallons, okay? 2 gallons of motor oil through the entire system. That'll help lubricate and get oil everywhere that it needs to go, especially the main and rod bearings, okay? One thing we're also gonna do is, typically when we're priming the oil system, is we actually have somebody that's gonna rotate the engine down there at the bottom. That's a tool that we use. I've showed you guys that before in the other videos. So again, as you're lubricating, you're rotating the engine. That'll help ensure that oil is ready to go when the engine starts up. Ahora, lo que quiero enseñar, cuando va a lubricar el sistema de aceite, vas a necesitar el dado 17, vas a sacar este tapón. Con el dado lo sacas,
metes el adaptador y de ahí le vas a lubricar el sistema. Vas a meterle 2 galones de aceite. Eso es completamente aparte de lo demás lo que ocupa el motor. Si el motor ocupa 11 galones o 10, dependiendo del motor que estás trabajando, le vas a poner 2 adicional. Es muy importante eso. También lo que hacemos por abajo, nosotros tenemos la herramienta para darle vuelta al motor. Lo que vas a hacer allá abajo, le vas a dar vuelta al motor. Una persona lo va a dar vuelta, el otro va a lubricar, ahí mismo para meterle el aceite. Eso es lo más crítico. Ya que haga eso, por decir, ya casi está listo para echarlo a andar, lo único que va a tener que hacer es meterle presión de combustible. Pero eso lo va a hacer, voy a hacer eso, pero en la otra parte de este mismo video. So ahorita vamos a enseñarte lo demás, lo que vamos a ocupar.
As I mentioned, you're going to need about 13 gallons of motor oil. 10. I'm going to show you our process, how we do it. You don't have to do it like this, but it does help to kind of get an understanding and prevent any potential failure or engine failures or seizures or engine getting seized up or anything like that. So again, you're going to need 2 buckets, which is going to be 10 gallons, plus you're going to need an additional 3. Okay. Again, because of the crevices and the galleys and all that stuff, you're going to need as much oil through the system. I'm going to show you how we do it, and hopefully this helps you guys. I already mentioned you're going to need motor oil. Obviously, you're going to need a new oil filter. Again, let that filter soak up while you're doing other things. Okay, spin it around, let the filter soak it all up like a sponge. You're going to need an adapter. Okay, this is your adapter that's going to go to the side of the oil filter module. There is a part number on here. I'm going to see if I can zoom in. If not, I'm going to try to post that somewhere in the video. It is a J49131. It's made by Kent Moore. Again, J491, 181. 49181J. So J49181. Again, made by the company Kent Moore. So you can get something like this. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other options out there now since the engine has been out for some time. Let me show you what we're gonna do right now as soon as Tony's done there. Okay guys, I hope this helps you guys out. I'm trying to, hold on, there we go. Trying to get all this stuff in, trying to get all this recorded so you guys can see it better. Bear with me. Hold on guys, un segundo, chavos. All right, so we got our filter that's pretty much soaked up and ready to go, and you're gonna wanna go ahead and install it. That's it. Once your filter's in, you're gonna tighten that down. And again, you're gonna get about a gallon of oil, and you're gonna go ahead and just kind of run it over the top. Nothing will happen. Again, all you wanna do is get as much oil as you can in there. Ok, ahora lo que quiere hacer uno es ya meter el filtro ya que está bien lubricado, que agarre el aceite. Lo vas a instalar, vas a apretar todo bien. Y más o menos con el aceite que sobra, más o menos va a ser 1 galón. Este mismo galón lo que nosotros hacemos es lo ponemos por arriba. Nada le va a pasar, nomás es para que vaya lubricando lo que es la parte de arriba. Y ya cuando lo va a encender o va a echar a andar el motor, ya queda todo listo lo más pronto posible. All right, guys, you're going to see Tony's going to torque that down. And again, we're going to add just that oil over the top, about a gallon. We're still going to prime it with additional 2 gallons from the side, and then we're going to add the 10 gallons from the oil fill tube, which is going to be just right there. Okay? Everybody say hi to Tony. Chavo. Saludos a todos. All right, guys. Everyone knows Tony. Todos ya conocen a Tony. El hombre de pocas palabras, pero ahí está el Tony. All right, guys, so here is where the fun begins. Let's see if you guys can see what I'm looking at. Doesn't quite look like it. Let me make an adjustment here. Okay, a little bit better. All right, guys, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna want ahead and remove this plug right over here. See if the camera can show that. There might be a little bit of oil there, so just kind of make sure to put some rags or something underneath to catch it, but you should be all right, all in all. Hold on. Let's see. All right, good enough. So you're gonna get your socket. You're gonna go ahead and, hold on.
Not quite liking this angle. All right, let's see if that works out a little bit better, guys. You're gonna wanna go ahead and get in there. Hold on, I'm not liking this at all. All right, that seems like that'll work for me. So again, you're gonna wanna get your socket, you're gonna go ahead and loosen this up. It may snap or pop, so be careful. Do not force it, do not break it. Let's see here. All right. All right, good enough. So there we go. So now you're gonna just loosen this out completely. You're gonna need a few things just to kind of show you what's going on here. You're gonna need, of course, your adapter. You're gonna need your hose. You're gonna need some tools. All right, depending on which one you need. You're gonna need your pump. So you're gonna manually pump everything in to, yeah, there we go. So you're gonna manually pump everything in to the side of the block. So, all right, guys, sorry. I'm trying to record and make this as smooth as possible, but I'm a little rusty. Haven't done this in a while. So again, you're gonna take that out and you're ready to go from there. So I'm gonna switch over to Spanish. If you guys like it, great, stay tuned in. If you don't, fast forward, go to the English spot, not a problem. Lo que vas a hacer aquí, vas a aflojar acá el tapón del lado, vas a usar tu dado, vas a usar tu ratchet de media o lo que usted está a gusto, vas a aflojar aquí y aquí mismo vas a sacar el tapón. Vas a tener poquito de aceite, nomás ponle una garra, más ponle una garra ahí. There you go, ahí está listo. Aquí tiene un washer o un seal, guarda eso, lo vas a ocupar. Ok, vas a dejar esto listo y disponible acá al lado. There you go, aquí está. All right, guys, so once you have this ready, you're gonna go ahead and manually thread that in. Again, it has this little washer or this little seal. Leave that there, it's not gonna harm it. You're gonna go ahead and thread that in there. Let's see, there we go. Sorry guys, but I can't get the perfect camera angle here. Ahora vas a meter el adaptador. Vas a agarrar tu llave, creo que es de 1 pulgada. Ahí mismo lo vas a tratar de apretar. No tiene que ser todo hasta la muerte, pero sí suficiente para meterlo. Entonces ya cuando le vas a meter el aceite por lado, ya está todo listo. So guys, what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and just slowly get that into place. That's it, okay? You don't need to tighten it down to the death. You just wanna get it in there so it pushes past the spring that's in there. There's a little, like a check valve. You wanna get it past that check valve. And again, that's what that other side does. And let's see here. Fuck. All right, all done there. Ahora, ya está eso. Ya metimos el adaptador. Vas a agarrar la otra parte de la manguera. Guys, you're gonna get your other piece of hose or your tubing. Now again, this isn't really an official part or a part number. We kind of made this and adapted it for ourselves. So if you can do something like this will help you guys out a little bit and give you guys some flexibility. Ok, ahora esto no es original, esto lo adaptamos aquí nosotros, pero esto sí es original, una parte de Detroit. You're gonna get your, I think it's gonna be your 11/16, and just tighten that down. Again, you don't have to go to the death, you're just gonna tighten it down, and then you're ready to go from there. So that's all set, that's ready to go, and now the fun part begins. You're gonna slowly manually pump everything into the side of the block. So you're gonna get your other hose. Again, make sure it's as clean as possible. Looks good to me. You're gonna set. And that's it. Okay, now the fun part is here. Let's see if we can see it. There we go. So now all we're gonna do is we're gonna pump 2 gallons. Okay, we're gonna put 2 gallons of clean motor oil. It's gonna push all the way through, and it's gonna go all the way up into the side of the block. If you can rotate the engine or have someone help you out, that would be much better. And then you're pretty much ready to go from there. So let's get it going. This is maybe about 4 gallons. So we're gonna we're gonna use about 2 gallons out of this whole thing here. Ok, ahora ya que está todo bien conectado, vas a agarrar tu motor de aceite, el aceite de motor de aceite. Vas a meterle 2 galones. Esos 2 galones van a entrar con la bomba manualmente. Si alguien puede darle vuelta al motor mientras tú le estás dando poquito, eso también le va a ayudar un poco. Bueno, es lo que yo pienso que le va a ayudar. Como digo, vas a meterle 2 galones por lado, aparte de lo que lleva. Lleva los 10, 1 por arriba y 2 por el lado. En total son 13 galones lo que le vas a echar al motor. So again, guys, you're going to put about 13 gallons into this thing. Maybe a little bit less, but about 13, just to give you a ballpark of what's going on. So I'm not going to show you the entire process of this, just to give you an idea of what's going on. After that, we're going to put the 2 buckets up the top. And again, we're going to rotate the engine and go from there. So I'm not going to record this little part. This part is boring. I don't want to just kind of fill up a video with nothing. So let me turn the video off. Let me finish this up and then I'll continue after. All right, guys, just to show you, we're still pumping along. Again, about 2 gallons. And once you're done, I'm going to show you the process of how to take everything apart. It's going to make a little bit of a mess, but it's all right. It goes with the territory. All right, guys, so we're almost done there. Now we're going to do again the rest of the motor, which is going to be the 2 buckets that are going to be going up top. I hope you can see that there. Bear with me. There we go. So right up there in the funnel, we're going to go ahead and 2 buckets, 10 gallons, and we're pretty much ready to go from there. So here comes the fun part. Ok, ahora ya que le pusimos los 2 galones por lado del motor, le faltan las 2 cubetas de aceite. Van a ser 10 galones en total por arriba, o 2 cubetas, dependiendo como usted lo ve. All right, guys, bucket number 2, cubeta número 2. Ya mero, ya mero. Almost there, buddy. All right, guys, 2 buckets are done. Nice fresh motor oil ready to go. Let's get this out of the way. We're gonna go ahead and finish up. Ok, ya que está todo bien, vas a verificar que tiene suficiente aceite. Revisa la varilla, dipstick, however you guys want to call it. Doesn't matter to me. And it looks like we are good. If you can see that there, we're good. Probably just a little bit over, which again is fine because we're still adding the oil there. Once we start the engine up, check the oil level again, of course. So looks like we are good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up lubricating the system a little bit more. Let's see how much we need left. Actually almost done there. A little more. Okay, guys, one little step that we like to add is we rotate the engine before we actually start it. Again, we have oil through the side, we have oil up on top, we've got oil through the oil fill tube, and you're going to rotate the engine just to kind of get it barred over to see if there's any binding or any issues. You shouldn't have any, but again, it's just better to be safe than sorry. Una cosa, lo que le damos es vuelta al motor antes de echarlo a andar, ya que tiene aceite por arriba, por el lado, por donde se llena. Nomás damos vuelta al motor en caso, para que no haya problemas de que se amarre el motor. También lo que puede ser, le puedes, mientras están girando el motor, le vas dando un poquito más para que le vaya entrando. Entonces, ya que estás satisfecho que tienes suficiente aceite, revisas el nivel, ya le paras ahí, y entonces ya nomás es desarmar todo igual en el orden al revés de lo que lo armaste. Le quitas la línea, le metes el tapón, lo aprietas y ya está listo, lubricado. Okay, guys, so while the engine's being rotated, you can actually add a little more oil to it. Again, about 13 gallons is what you're going to be adding in total, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on what's going on. It gives you a good idea of what's going on underneath as far as if the engine is binding or any kind of resistance or something out of the ordinary. If everything feels good, oil level's good, you're going to go ahead and take everything apart or take everything back out the way you did everything. Okay, so obviously you're going to take out this little adapter, take out this adapter, you're going to put your plug back in,
Generally this seal that's on here, this little ring, they call it a seal, that's reusable. I've only had it leak maybe a handful of times, but all in all, it's actually pretty good. It's pretty solid. You don't have to worry about replacing it. So again, put everything back, okay? You've got your new filter. You've got your 10 gallons that you dumped in the side. You've got your, your 10 gallons from the side. You've got your gallon up on top. You've got your 2 that you've inputted through the side of the oil module, and you're pretty much ready to go at that point. So now I'm gonna stop the video here for the oil lube. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and swap out the filters. We're gonna go ahead and prime the fuel system. I'm gonna show you something that we purchased, a new device for it. Hopefully this helps you guys out.